Hi guys, my name is Chris and you're watching Wrestling Today, so let's start with WWE Raw rolled through Charlotte, North Carolina, Monday night with a main event pitting Seth Rollins against Finn. The winner would earn the final spot in this year's Men's Elimination Chamber match on March 1st. Old foes dating back nearly a decade, who was able to beat the other and move one step closer to competing for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. Find out with this recap of a show that also added the final participant in the Women's Elimination Chamber match as Raquel Rodriguez squared off with Roxanne Perez in a qualifying bout. We started things with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens preceded the underdog from the Underground opening Monday's show with an in-ring promo. Zayn warned KO there is no forgiveness after his latest piledriver threatened the underdog from the Underground's immediate career and he is going to destroy his former friend at Elimination Chamber in Toronto. However, Raw General Manager Adam Pearce interrupted and refused to make the match official because Zayn is not physically cleared to compete. Back and forth ensued, with Pearce insinuating the only way the match could happen is under unsanctioned rules. Despite the GM's warnings, Zayn accepted and said there is nothing the official can do to stop him from destroying Owens. The first match was AJ Styles vs Dominic Mysterio. The result of an in-ring confrontation on last week's show saw AJ Styles square off with Dominic Mysterio, who was accompanied to the ring by Judgment Day teammate Carlito. Despite Dirty Dom's attempts to capitalize on outside interference from Carlito, the Phenomenal One overcame it all and flattened the former tag team champion with a Styles clash to secure the win in what was a fairly solid match. Afterward, Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker entered the ring, poised to attack. Instead of spearing Styles, though, he laid out Mysterio and then stared down his prospective next challenger for the IC title. Result: Styles defeated Mysterio. Women's Intercontinental Title No. 1 Contenders match: Dakota Kai vs Ivy Nile. Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria watched from ringside as Dakota Kai and Ivy Nile battled for a shot at her title. A competitive match saw Nile target her opponent's injury with a Kurt Angle-inspired ankle lock, only for Kai to prove her resilience by fighting through the pain and fending off her attacker. A GTK from the Damage Control member laid out her American-made rival and cashed her ticket to a rematch with Valkyria. The action here was perfectly acceptable, but it was clear the WWE Universe is not invested in Nile, and Kai is still finding her footing as an inspirational babyface. Result: Kai defeated Nile. Jay and Gunther brawl. World Heavyweight Champion Gunther entered the Spectrum Center through the crowd, looking to see what all of the Yeet energy is about. Once inside the ring, he again verbally attacked his WrestleMania 41 opponent, Jay, giving him an opportunity to rescind his challenge. The ring general then targeted the commentary team of Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, asking them if they believed Jay could actually beat him. As McAfee looked to confirm, Jay entered to a big pop and a brawl ensued. Security broke it up to close out the segment. Penta vs Pete Dunne. The rivalry between Penta and Pete Dunne wrote its latest chapter Monday night in a rematch from a contest a few weeks ago. Dunne controlled early, utilizing joint manipulation to his advantage as he targeted the hands of his opponent. Ludwig Kaiser, who has recruited the Bruiserweight for a partnership, watched on from ringside. Penta recovered and appeared to be rolling late, only for Kaiser to provide a distraction. Instead of benefiting from it, Dunne voiced his frustration to the former Imperium member, which allowed Penta to drop him and pick up the pinfall victory. Penta wiped out Dunne and Kaiser as they brawled at ringside to put an exclamation point on things. Result: Penta defeated Dunne. Elimination Chamber qualifying match: Roxanne Perez vs Raquel Rodriguez. Roxanne Perez's meteoric rise through the ranks since her arrival in NXT continued Monday night when she outlasted the bigger, stronger Raquel Rodriguez, thanks in part to a well-timed appearance from Bianca Belair and Naomi. With the title holders providing a distraction, Perez scored the pinfall on Rodriguez and earned the final spot in the Women's Elimination Chamber match where she will join her former mentor, Bayley. The match was fine, if not curiously booked with Perez as a babyface, but the meat of the segment was the arrival of the champs and the escalation of their rivalry with Morgan and Rodriguez. Interestingly, Morgan now finds herself in the unenviable position of sharing the Elimination Chamber with the vengeance-minded Belair and Naomi. Result: Perez defeated Rodriguez. New Day promo. On the heels of a brutal attack on Rey Mysterio to close out last week's show, the New Day hit the ring to address the WWE Universe. In typical heel fashion, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods blamed Mysterio, accusing him of draining the life out of every young star to come through the door. Inevitably, Dragon Lee, Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde interrupted, leading to a brawl between the two teams that left the heels scurrying to the floor and the backstage area for protection. This was a logical development that sets up a tag team match between New Day and LWO as the latter group seeks to protect Mysterio's honor. The final match was Elimination Chamber qualifying match: Seth Rollins vs. Finn. The final spot in the men's Elimination Chamber match was decided Monday night in a main event pitting two former Universal Champions against each other, as Seth Rollins battled Finn. Rollins struck first, targeting his opponent's injured left knee. Finn, ever a dangerous opponent, seized an opening and dropped the Visionary on the ring steps, injuring his ribs. A back-and-forth battle of wills ensued. Rollins trapped his opponent in the sharpshooter, but the Irishman fought through the pain and grabbed the ropes to force the break. Rollins kicked out of the top rope stomp. Ultimately, it was the babyface who escaped a crossface by Finn and delivered the stomp for the pinfall victory. This was a banger of a main event between two men who know each other well, have excellent in-ring chemistry, and treated this like a premium live event contest. Rollins now advances to the Elimination Chamber with one last shot to cash his ticket to a title match at WrestleMania. Finn, on the other hand, is faced with a failing Judgment Day faction that is at odds with itself. Result: Rollins defeated Finn. Did you guys enjoy the show? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.